Hey guys, back with another video. It's been a while. Internet hasn't been great for the past month, but it's slowly getting better, and we'll see what happens in the near future in terms of uploading. Life has been pretty full on, pretty busy, so I just don't know. There's no guarantees that many videos are gonna get uploaded, but this series I could get probably once a week uploads. And speaking of the series, as you've seen by the title by now, it's AFL SuperCoach. And for those who don't know what it is, although I feel like most people that view this video will already know what it is, but for those who don't, in a very brief and terrible explanation, it's pretty much you start off with a team, you pick your players, and through efficient and smart trading, you build your team to the best team possible and hopefully get yourself to a rank that you're happy with. And the prize is $50,000, which I'm not going to get any close to winning. But yeah, that was just brief and horrible. I don't even know. But anyway, let's go over to my team. So this is my team. Named them the Dunlops. Reason being, last season, round 12, Geelong North Melbourne. Brian Taylor, BT, he called Stephen Motlop Dunlop, and it's kind of stuck with me since then, so I'm going to use the name this year for SuperCoach. And as you can see there, I have 16,900 remaining, and projected to get 1,796, but that doesn't really matter, because anything can happen on the day. Here we go, starting off with the defenders. Well, before I start off with defenders, I'll probably talk about premiums and mid-price players more than the rookies, because anything can change with the rookies depending on the teams that are named in round 1, so can't say for sure that these rookies will be staying in my lineup, or rookie price players. So yeah, we'll start off with Alex Rance. It's a little risky picking a key position player, but he does get good scores. I think Champion Data, you like him. And he has that round 12 bye, which is a little intriguing. Only 4 teams have the bye in round 12, meaning more players. So we'll have to see. Anyway, moving on, Rory Laird. He's a lock for my defense for sure. 526, 800. He looks solid in the JLT series, or so far. Played against Richmond, had an amazing game there. Can't really take too much from preseason, but what I can take from there is that I had him to start off, and that's most likely confirmed, or actually has confirmed. I have him locked now. I don't want to change that. So yeah, that's Rory Laird. Zach Tui, priced at 443,200, a little risky, but I've liked the look of Tui so far this JLT. Like I said before, I can't take too much from preseason. He might be a trap, but in his time at Carlton, he was behind Doherty for a couple of seasons, and mainly Cade Simpson in terms of being the main running back. So yeah, he fell behind, and well, now with Geelong, he can be the main running defender, and well, he's racked up the points so far in his 2 JLT matches, and yeah, it's risky, but we'll see how he goes. I'm confident in him, especially as a Cats fan. I hope he does well. So moving on to midfielders, Paddy Dangerfield speaks for himself. The price is quite a bit up there, but it's Paddy Dangerfield, 2016 Brownlow medalist, not much more I can say. Scott Pendlebury also speaks for himself. 645, 700. He probably will drop at some point, but it doesn't hurt to start with him. Josh Kennedy. Now this one was tough between Kennedy and Hanbury, but I decided to go with Kennedy to start off, and Hanbury to be a target, to be a person I trade in later in the season. The most speculative pick out of my 6 premium mids, Paddy Cripps, priced at 585, 500. Yeah, a bit of an interrupted preseason with his back, but I have confidence in him. I want him at least like throughout the season, at least mid-season. I want him by then if I don't start with him, but he's in the starting lineup right now, and I'm not sure if it will change at the moment. If he looks solid in his last JLT game, then he will probably stay. If there's risk going into round 1, I probably will change him. I'll probably switch him out to someone else. Nat 573, 500. And that's probably the main reason so many people have taken him. Number 1 player in all teams, or in pick teams. What am I trying to say here? Anyway, 5 speaks for himself. 2015 Brownlow medalist. He's priced this low because he was out for the majority of the 2016 season, which makes him a risky option, but it's just too difficult to pass up at a price like that. And finally, Tom Mitchell, last premium mid, 565, 600, moved from Sydney to Hawthorn. He's moved from pretty much the fourth option in that stacked Sydney midfield to probably the top option in Hawthorn's midfield with Sam Mitchell and Jordan Lewis leaving. So I have lots of confidence in Mitchell to go up another gear and up his average. So we'll see what happens throughout the season. Moving on to the rucks, Goldstein and Nankervis. So we'll start off with Goldstein. I couldn't really fit in Gawn unless the only way I feel like I'm going to fit in Gawn is if I trade out Will Brodie for a much lower priced rookie and trade Goldstein for Gawn, but that's not the case at the moment. I don't want to trade out any of my premiums or mid prices right now. I'm pretty confident about them, and they're probably here to stay right now. So Goldstein, it is a massive risk right now with Goldstein. He hasn't seemed 100% for a while. He's had a really nice price to start off, 588, 400. And I really do want to start with him, but if I'm forced to go up to Gawn because of the risk that Goldstein has, I probably will switch it to Max Gawn. Nankervis, he's really looked good in the JLT games. I can't take too much out of preseason, but if he's going to start off as Richmond's number 1 ruck, he is here to stay, and he will be, Gawn or Goldstein will be a target to trade Nankervis for. What am I trying to say? I'm going to trade Nankervis for either Gawn or Goldstein when the time comes. Confident in Nankervis to get good points and up his price. Anyway, that was bad. But anyway, forwards. Nick Riewoldt, he's a little risky at that price and his age, 34. But St Kilda, well, they have their first 12 out of 16 games at Etihad Stadium, and well, that's pretty much a dream for Nick Riewoldt. So barring injury, he's a lock for me. So he's here to stay. Luke Dahlhaus, also a lock. Not much more you can say about him. If you can get a really, really good mid in your forward line, do it. Josh Caddy, I would have liked to fit in Jack McRae, but not enough money to do that. So Caddy will be starter. And, well, destined for more inside midfield time after a bit of an uncomfortable role for him over in Geelong. He wasn't really playing as the inside mid and not racking up the points because of it, but over in Richmond could play that inside midfielder role and rack up more points. I'm confident that he can do that. And finally, Jared Roughhead, very risky here, that mid-priced option, but the way he has looked in JLT, he's been really, really solid. So I'm just hoping that he goes back to the form that he had in previous years, and hoping that it can translate into some good SuperCoach scores. It's great to see him back on the field as well. So yeah, that is my team. things will probably change. I don't know for sure, but things could change. But yeah, that's how it looks at the moment. And we'll see. One more thing to look at is probably my watch list, the plan that I have going into the season. Even though my starting team is definitely not set in stone, I do have my plan throughout the season. So I'll just show you guys who's in my watch list for throughout the year, and that will be the end of it after that. A few more things about the team that I forgot to say earlier. I don't have any of Job Watson, Dane Beams, Mark Murphy, Jaeger Amira, David Swallow. Reason being, I don't want to have that added risk into my midfield. Like, you can argue the case that some of the mids I have, like Cripps and Fife, they're risky enough, and might as well add them, but like Watson being out of the game for so long, just too risky. 453, I don't really want it. Dane Beams, there's no arguing that he's a gun at his best, but he's 432, 500 for the reason that he's been injured. He's been hit with injuries, and it's just so risky. Mark Murphy, the same, he's been injured, and now he's down to 432, 500, but I just don't see him being in my team. And Jaeger Amir and David Swallow, if I added them as my M6, my 6th mid, I don't see him being keepers, so I'm not rolling with them. The only way I'd have O'Meara or Swallow in my team is if I had them at M7, which is most likely not going to happen, which means they're going to stay out of my team. So yeah, that is that. Let's move on to players in my watch list. So okay, we're doing this live now. No cuts. There we go, watch list. And here we are, we've got Max Gorn to start off. That can change the Goldstein if I start off with Gorn. Hanbury, it was either Kennedy or Hanbury, and then, like I said before, and I decided to start off with Kennedy, and Hanbury will come in later in the season. Joel Selwood. This one's an interesting case because you could have anyone like the Bond, Trelaw, Tom Rockcliffe. There's so many good options out there, but I've gone with Selwood mainly because he's probably going to be a point of difference this season. Not many people are going to have him, and he could be that unique option that gets you over the line. You just never know. And Sam Doherty, Selwood also has the round 12 bye. Very interesting bye round with only 4 teams there. Moving on, Sam Doherty. And, well, you can tie all these defenders together because I didn't really want any of them. Reason being that they're so highly priced that I feel I'm confident enough that they're all going to drop. Especially, well, no, I'm not going to really single out. I'm hoping to have them all by mid-season, later in the season. Early in the season, dream come true, but I'm just confident that they will drop eventually and be at a very nice price that you can pick them up. And Jack McRae, my first forward that I really want to trade in, and it was either him or Caddy to start off in my lineup. I just simply don't have enough money to start off McRae, so Caddy it is, and McRae will definitely be an option, or you'll be the first forward that I trade in for sure, unless he gets injured, of course, then I have no choice but to not trade for him. And the second forward that I want to trade in is an unknown. I really don't know. I originally had Isaac Heaney in my starting lineup, and that would have meant I would have put Caddy in my watch list, so I would have Caddy and McRae to look for later in the season, but I don't know. Now that Heaney's out of my lineup, that extra little bit of risk is gone, and now I can see whether Heaney's actually going to be that star forward or star mid that people are predicting he's going to be, and see if he's worth trading in throughout the season. If not, I can go for a higher price premium forward right now, such as Buddy, Josh J. Kennedy. Who else? Buddy Kennedy. I know there's so many. Tom Lynch, Jack Gonston, all of those guys. I could trade in one of them throughout the season. A couple of them will be point of difference, which will make my lineup even more interesting. Even Took Miller, he would be a risk. I could even start with him, but at the moment I don't really have him in my plans right now. But you never know, things change. Things can change throughout the season. So yeah, that will probably do it for this little introduction to my SuperCoach series. One of the reasons I started this is because I enjoy watching other people go through their SuperCoach teams, such as Shorty SuperCoach and Keegan Lucas. Really interesting to watch throughout the season. Discussion as well. It's just good to get other people's opinions. So yeah, that's pretty much gonna be it for this episode. So yeah, see you probably next week. I probably will be able to get an episode recorded and uploaded every Thursday. So I'll see you guys in the next one.